classy. Those of you guys, I know everyone's been asking me every single cast. Believe you me, I'm working on the new introductions with Flamga. We finally got the bugs sorted from King Sejong Station, and we've got all the introductions. I have to go record them and pick music for them, and then we'll be ready to rock and roll. So the generic base rate introduction is, in fact, just filler for the time being. Don't worry. We have not forgotten. But welcome back to game number 2 in this best of 3. If that wasn't an epic game, I don't know what was. This is a weird way to deal with Swarm hosts, but Serral taught us that you can beat them. Spawning here though in the lower left corner of the map, the mastermind himself, from my insanity, the red Zerg player Serral.
Never writes as the blue Zerg, it is Fanatic's Zanster.
Oh, did you move away from your mic at all? You're a little quiet.
No, I moved back.
Okay, hang on, I'm gonna turn you back up a little bit then. Because I don't want to make it too loud and make everyone upset like they were earlier. Say something real quick.
Say something.
Alright, I hope that's fine. Sounds fine on my end, so hopefully it's good for others. But at any rate, I mean, we kind of joke around, we can make all the jabs we want all day at Swarm Host, but they haven't been an easy thing to overcome, and we've seen a lot of different ways to deal with it. That was the first time I've seen that particular way to deal with it, but it's cool to know that they're not just the end-all be-all, I auto-win, sit there for 40 minutes type units, that there are ways around it.
I wonder if Zanster will do that again.
I think for Zanster, it's a scary thing to present in game 1, and if it works, you continue to bully it. You know, you keep pressing the issue for games 2 and 3. But after seeing Serral immediately respond to it the way he did, I don't imagine we'll see Zanster do it again. Now it's worth noting both players did go for the slightly earlier pull. I believe it was 13, but no gas follow-up.
Okay, so they're just gonna have slightly faster Zerglings that just meet each other in the middle.
Yeah, it'll be that same level of awkward. I think the nice thing about the earlier pull, though, I mean, you can go for like the gas with it to make it a little more all-in if you're gonna go for speed or banlings or something ridiculous. But the slightly earlier pull does let you get the queen out a little bit sooner. It lets you get that the larva injects go on the creep spread, whatever it is you want to do, or in case the event you do want to do an all-in, you can kind of set up towards that. But that's not usually the case. However, there's the gas coming out of Zanster, so we'll see. One of the key things for watching this gas count is going to be seeing whether he goes past 100. It's not at all uncommon for players just to take a gas and want to have that gas early, but because Zerg players often play gasless, one of the biggest advantages is you get all those queens up, you know your opponent won't bust you anytime soon. Not with Zerglings and Banelings at least.
Yeah, you have to dedicate a lot, like a lot to it. Even though it looks really tempting because you're like, oh no, Banelings, no problem. It's a lot harder than it looks. And that is what Serral is banking on, his good defensive posture. He's not going for gas. He's not going to get those Banelings. Going to go exactly what he did last time, which worked out fairly well. And this is even a better map for it, too. Last map, getting the creep to a place where you can wall off was you actually had to put creep tumors down. Here, I don't think you do. Well, you might still have to, but it's still
I think the creep will spread
slightly
enough.
better.
Yeah. I kind of hoping that, like, my fingers are crossed that Zanster actually goes for speed, and not necessarily for speed ling all in, but more for, like, potential Banelings and Zerglings. The reason I think a lot of that sort of knife fight strategy has been weeded out of the matchup is, like, you know, whether it's the full wall off or whether it's the faster roaches, there are ways around it to deal with it, but he is going to go for the speed and stay on gas, and Serral actually scouts this as well.
I've seen a lot of players, when they see that it's going to be gasless, they actually go for a very fast third, because there's no attack opportunity when you go gasless. You gotta wait a very long time, by then the third is probably paid for itself.
I know that wasn't first blood, guys, I'm just trying to make up for it. I missed it by one leg.
Oh, Zanster going for a very fast roach follow-up.
Oh, okay, so with the metabolic boost, I was expecting him to skip this. I mean, you can still go for the roaches, but this is something that will punish Serral if he had gone gasless for too much longer. Now taking his own gas, though, may be able to get enough to deal with this. And if he scouts, well, actually, no, he won't be scouting again. This Tealing's already dead.
Hum, hum, hum.
Well, it's just, you see the speedling opening. Like, he saw the pool jiggling like jello. He knows that the gas was still being mined. He didn't pull off of it. So he's kind of probably going to be worried that there is a follow-up. But the question on every Zerg player's mind is, you know, is it roaches or is it Banelings? You know, which is it going to be? Which flavor of death is coming my way?
And last time he went for fast lair, fast mutas. So Serral really doesn't have a very good idea of what's going on. Again, has to kill the creep tumors that he placed to further it along to build those evo chambers. Zanster, 9 roaches on the way. Serral is going to have his own roach warren. I think it's gonna be done barely in time to start the roaches, but that won't help.
If Serral's Overlord's a little, he was poked away by the Queen. If the Overlord was watching this, even seeing it a little bit sooner, the maps, worth noting, the new maps, the rush distances, I think, are just slightly longer than all the old ones. So whereas before, if you saw the roaches leaving the natural, you would never have enough time to put your own spine crawlers down. I think, at least in the Waste Station and King Sejong, you've got enough time. I don't know about Overgrowth.
Well, Zanster did hold back a little bit. He didn't immediately go with the
Spin reveal.
roaches, so that bought Serral just enough time to maybe get his
Ooh.
own roaches out.
There's also 24 lings coming up behind this as well.
Right.
No spine crawlers and not even a full wall off. These queens are
He
gonna die
sees it.
so fast.
Why isn't he doing anything? Not even emergency spine crawlers. Just like nothing, nothing. Okay, wall.
But that's,
That's too late. That's too late.
he's gonna fully wall it off.
Yeah,
But these
that's
are gonna
too
be
late.
focused down. Yeah, no transfuse, forces to cancel. A couple roaches coming out. He does have the advantage of a choke, but not anymore as the lings break through. Get on top of the queen, and Zanster gonna do a lot of damage here. The queens are holding on as strong as they can, and these drones actually surprisingly don't go down from Serral, but the roach count from Zanster, I feel, is just a little too much.
Yeah. I don't think he saw it when his overlord saw it. He thought maybe they were just lings and he could hold off with a wall. And then he looks when they're on his creep and he's like, oh, roaches. And by then, that's way too late to start a spine crawler.
Alright, well, Zanster, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2, evening up the series and sending us to game number 3.